Lol. A brutal swipe from King Charles buried Meghan in shame. My daughter-in-law is 43% Nigerian. Meghan Markle has revealed insight into her genetic heritage on the latest episode of a bombshell podcast, Archetypes. Unpacking the angry black woman stereotype in a thought-provoking discussion with Nigerian American actress and comedian Issa Rae, writer Ziwe Fumudoh, and Professor Emily Barnards, the Duchess of Sussex told listeners that she took a genealogy test which revealed she's 43% Nigerian. I just had my genealogy done a couple of years ago, Meghan explains, as her guests eagerly ask her to share what the results entailed. The Duchess then proudly says, "I'm 43% Nigerian," to the shock of Ziwe, who shouts, "No way!" Meghan can be heard giggling over a guest's excitement as she opens up about her roots during the major podcast moment. "Are you serious? This is huge! Igbo, Yoruba, do we know?" The writer excitedly probes, desperate to know more about Meghan's findings. The Duchess of Sussex then tells her listeners, "I'm going to start to dig deeper into all of this because anyone that I've told, especially Nigerian women, are just like, what? Well, can you imagine her inner rage when she sees things like this? Of course, she's so miffed with the guttural trolling by her own choices." It comes after King Charles held an audience with the President of Nigeria at Buckingham Palace on Wednesday, just hours after a protester threw eggs at the monarch during his visit to York. Seeming to have put the incident behind him, it was business as usual for Charles as he welcomed Muhammadu Buhari to the official royal residence in London. During the audience in the 1844 room, Charles shook hands with the smiling president and was pictured chuckling and gesturing as he held his arms out wide. Earlier, as the King and Queen Consort arrived at York's medieval gateway, Micklegate Bar, a protester began booing them before throwing 4 eggs in their direction, all of which missed. The protester was heard shouting, "This country was built on the blood of slaves," while Charles continued shaking hands with dignitaries, including as the eggs flew in his direction, pausing briefly to look at the shells cracked on the ground. The royal couple were greeted by a lineup of local dignitaries, led by the Lord Mayor and a local musician in historic dress known as the York Waits. Today, North Yorkshire Police confirmed a 23-year-old man had been arrested on suspicion of a public order offence. North Yorkshire Police said a well-rehearsed security operation had been in place for the visit to ensure the royal couple's safety. Plain-clothed royalty protection and uniformed local police swiftly moved in and identified the culprit, but struggled to contain him at first as the crowds were packed so tight. Officers begged other members of the crowd to move to one side so that they could restrain the man, who could be heard shouting this country was built on the blood of slaves. Which brings me back to Meghan's Nigerian roots. After absorbing the bombshell revelation, Nigerian American Ziwe continues to joke that the Duchess looks like her Aunt Uzu in a heartwarming clip between the pair. Following the revelation, Nigerians on Twitter have expressed excitement over the announcement as some proceed to give her indigenous names. A tweet said, "Me finding out Meghan Markle is 43% Nigerian makes so much sense. Shout out to my Nigerian sister." Popular Twitter influencer Daniel Rager knocked Nigerians for celebrating over Meghan's news. When Queen Elizabeth died, most Nigerians were quick to condemn the entire royal family due to their acts during the colonial era. But today, same Nigerians are jubilating because Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, claims to be 43% Nigerian. So what has changed, Nigeria, my country?